Ladies and gentlemen, it has been quite a while. Welcome to the UVA LCS Fall 2015 split. I am Seamus Anderson, joined by the fantastic
Desi Fresh. How you guys doing? How are you doing, Seamus?
I have been waiting for this for a really long time, and I'm super excited to see what's going to happen. And the first thing that happened just now was a Rammus ban. Desi Fresh, you know what I have to say to that?
Okay. I knew it, but
Okay.
you know what? They're gonna be following it up with the Riven ban, and you know I'm actually a little bit more surprised about the Rammus ban coming out from this team.
So the fun thing about these teams, obviously, Deep Go Deep is the captain of Turn Down for Pots. They have a couple of... Actually, Deep Go Deep is the only UVA LCS player. I think out of these 10 players, 9 of them are entirely new to the LCS. So there are so many things we can, just not even predict here. For example, a Rammus ban, or a Xerath, and then a Xerath ban. I don't even know what these players, which roles they're going to use. This is insane.
Yeah, and you know, we were talking about this in the pre-show. Wright Fist is entirely made up of UVA LCS newbies.
Yep.
And I believe, I don't know if this is actually confirmed, but someone did say something about they're all freshmen as well.
Yes, I think, well, the term, okay. Everyone, Desi Fresh doesn't actually go here. At UVA, we call them first years.
First years,
But I think all of them are first years.
Okay. Is there some sort of secret ranking system that I don't know about?
It's first year through fourth year, freshman through senior. We're pretentious like that.
Okay, then.
Anyway, I was just told by someone in chat, although I don't know if this is true, that Creamy Worm is a Korean Challenger player. That doesn't sound true, and I think this person's a liar. But oh god, someone in Twitch chat. Alright, anyway, Twitch chat, obviously y'all are new to this. Please behave, don't smack talk each other, and let's all enjoy the game. Anyway, first pick, Amumu.
Yeah, and no, I kind of like it. I like it.
Really?
You don't see, yeah, and not because it's not. Actually, I like it because it's unseen. You don't see the Amumu coming out ever in solo.
I did use it in competitive play.
Oh, yes, that is true.
In the gauntlet, although they got crushed.
But again, you don't see it very often. That's why I like it. I don't like it because it's like a niche pick. I don't like it because it's just amazing. I like it because it's not seen and it's like a breath of fresh air. Yeah. And speaking of breath of fresh air, we do see the Jenna.
Did you was that on purpose? If so, that was very
it was like 30% setup.
Okay, well, not bad. Yeah, we see a Janna and a Jax as well, so that's a lot of immediate hyper carry power from Muzzy Cheddar, who I'm pretty sure is their top laner here. And then a Janna's going to be able to peel off any sort of hyper AD carry if that's what they go for. On the other hand, it looks like Turn Down for Pots might lock in a Blitzcrank Ezreal. Ooh, this could be mid Ezreal, and I know a certain player in the UV LCS actually plays jungle Ezreal. But with a Amumu, I doubt it's a jungle Ezreal.
Yeah, we do see the Ezreal, it is locked in for them, and I'm actually pretty surprised to see the Ezreal getting picked this early. Usually when I see Ezreal pickups, they're later on to the draft phase where the enemy AD carry has already been revealed, and perhaps the AD carry for your team not comfortable on either a champion that will do well against the Caitlyn or go in with the Caitlyn, and usually his pool consists of champions that are completely stomped on by the Caitlyn, so they'll go with like the safe Ezreal pick who can survive against Caitlyn and also dish out just as much poke damage.
Yeah, and the nice thing about an Ezreal Blitzcrank lane, especially if the Blitzcrank decides to go with an Ignite, is the fact that there's actually a surprising amount of kill potential there if the Blitzcrank lands the hook. It's not like super high damage and it doesn't scale super well, but it's very versatile in lane phase and during like sieging or team fights. And it looks like on the other hand, we will see a Twisted Fate and Caitlyn from Wright's Fist, so that is a huge amount of hyperscaling on their comp.
Yeah, definitely, and I really like the Jack pickup to kind of like they're kind of solidifying their team comp already, so they're coming in with a plan, and they're really going to be executing it pretty well, both with the Caitlyn and the Twisted Fate. When you add Jax on top of that, they have a really well-rounded team composition.
Yeah, and what's interesting is they're also playing that on top of the Amumu pick. So obviously Amumu is a jungler who doesn't have... He has okay ganks early, but in the very early levels, he can definitely get abused.
Yeah.
And he's not going to be as effective in ganking. So I think they realize that, you know what, we're just going to take these very strong scaling laners and hope that his Amumu isn't going to be able to do very much. On the other hand, though, the rest of Turn Down for Pod's team, they've decided to pick super strong lane champions like Brand and Renekton. Holy crap, this early game will be tough.
Yeah, and it seems as though this game is largely going to rely on who comes out unscathed in that mid game. Is it going to be Turn Down for Pots, who just absolutely destroy Wright in the early parts of the matchups and just absolutely dominate later on? Or will it be Wright who are able to hold back the onslaught that is definitely going to be coming out from Turn Down for Pots and then just completely outscale them and steamroll later on?
Yeah, this Zach hasn't been locked in just yet. He still has 10 seconds to decide. I really actually want to see a very strong early jungler. I think a strong early jungler would sort of complement the weaknesses and allow Wright's Fists to get good ganks in and potentially snowball their lane so they can get to that late game faster. That's an interesting pick.
The thing with Zach is he can be considered a really good ganker.
That's true.
With the elastic slingshot range, it actually
got buffed.
Yeah, it did get buffed a couple of patches ago. So it's a little bit longer now, and I actually think they affected how people are bounced, I believe, or that may have been on his ultimate.
I'm not
entirely sure, but yeah, with the range increase, he'll be ganking from a lot of weird positions.
Yep.
So ward game is really going to be a huge thing for Turn Down for Pots. If they're not warded properly, then Zach is just going to come out of nowhere.
Yeah, and the thing is, Zach can duel in a duel. They're both like giant green tanks. Zach can technically duel in a Mumu early, and like you said, he does have a lot of strong ganking potential. The nice thing about this bot lane is that yes, they're up against a Blitzcrank Ezreal, but John is gonna be able to peel very well. The nice thing about the mid lane is they're both immobile champions, so Twisted Fate only really needs to be careful of the Amumu gank. There's not super high kill pressure 1v1. I think the most interesting matchup is definitely going to be the Renekton versus the Jax, because Jax is a champion that just completely outscales the Renekton in the late game. However, Renekton will bully the crap out of him, and Matthias, if I'm not mistaken, is one of Turn Down for Pot's highest ranked players, and he hasn't played in a while, but in the past week he's been practicing a lot with the team, and I think that Deep Go Deep and his squad want to put a lot of pressure on him. So if he can go off in this Renekton, that'll be super good.
Yeah, meanwhile, I think a large matchup that we're going to have to consider, you did speak a bit about the junglers, but I think we're going to have to pay a little bit more attention to the mid lane as well. Those are two immobile mid lanes. They have no mobility whatsoever, and Brand stun's actually largely dependent on him hitting an ability beforehand as well. So if Zach comes in, there's a large chance that he's just going to die.
Yeah, it's both the mid laners in and of itself. I think that matchup is like sort of relatively even. They are both immobile. They both do have crowd control. They both have quite a bit of damage. However, you know, no dashes, it's sort of obvious, you know, when you're going to get hit by the enemy. And you can just kind of flash or whatever, get out of it. But if they do get ganked, they're both immobile, and both of these junglers have decent gank potential, so that could definitely be a huge issue. Excuse me.
I think it does go in favor of the Mumu just by a little bit.
Really?
Yeah, just a little bit, because when you think about it, mid lane is the shortest lane, and Zach has to charge up his slingshot. Later on, when the elastic slingshot range will be larger from the bush, so he can stay hidden in the bush while charging it up. Then it might be a little bit better than Amumu, but since he has to actually charge it up to get the max range, and if Brand just sticks to the one side where he's safe, where he just constantly wards so he won't get ganked from that side, Zach will have to walk into the lane to actually get any CC off. Otherwise, TF is going to have to initiate the actual gank.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Amumu, he can just walk in and just bandage toss.
Well, to play devil's advocate, the fact that the TF can land the guaranteed stun means that, like, it's skill shot based for turn down for pots. Anyway, guys, of course, we just love talking about League of Legends, but of course, this is a spectator delay. That's why it's taken a couple of minutes to get in. But it looks like we are ticking down 15 seconds left before we get into the game. Lots of really interesting things to talk about as we start this grand old adventure that is the UVA LCS. Dude, I'm just super excited.
I'm excited too because this is my first UVA LCS from the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
When I started casting this, it was already fairly near the end of the season.
Yeah. Yeah, it's also grown. I mean, this is probably something that I'm just going to talk about every freaking time I cast this, but it's grown so much.
I'm giddy because these are actually this is actually the most people that have seen me cast at one time.
Really?
Yeah, 22.
Ooh, dang, dude, no pressure.
Yeah.
No pressure. Hey, everyone in chat, let this guy know how well he did. Please, and thank you. Anyway, something that I always like to do for fun while this game is loading. If this game were based off of skins alone, Desi Fresh, which team would win?
Well, let's wait to see what Waterpuss is going to be bringing out with the Janna.
Wait a second. Roarcall is bugged. He's playing that Zac Sweet skin, the Chroma, but he's green. I don't know, man. I think I'm going to give it to turn down for pots, but all of these guys, y'all are cheap, man.
Let's see. Well, let's see. If this is a good Janna skin, if this is forecast Janna, I think it's going to be a little bit even. Because
so?
I like the forecast Janna skin.
That's
I like
true.
The forecast Janna skin.
But man, you guys should step your RP game up. Obviously, you need to intimidate the opponent with your skins, and that's how you win.
Yeah, where is that sweet Pulsefire Ezreal Creamy Worm?
Yeah, for reals. He's just rocking the standard skin. Not even like the Explorer Ezreal like all the pros did in Season 3, Season 4. But anyway, it looks like one person's
hopefully
a bit of connection issue. Hopefully it's not going to be too long and we can get in this game. Anyway, a couple of back to just the team compositions. Woobiz in chat said, money on Team Janna though, better late game by miles in my opinion. I would have to agree. I think the late game is much, much stronger. But the thing is there's a lot of options for Team Amumu to engage fights. Like Blitzcrank Hook, Amumu, Bandage Toss, Renekton catches someone, a Brand Stun. So it's going to be pretty risky in sort of the early and mid game when the rest of Wright's Fister's Chill's trying to scale. If they get caught out, they could be screwed.
Yeah. So I actually have a question for you.
Yeah.
Does the stream see our cameras right now?
No.
Okay, so I'm going to turn it off because I'm just like looking at myself, seeing like what am I actually doing? Can they see me? Am I doing something too often? Do I not do that?
All right, you do you, man.
I am just paranoid about that.
No problem. And of course, everyone, I do apologize. I have a bit of a cold, so you'll kind of hear me coughing a little bit throughout the stream. But I hope everything will be all right. And we've got 3 games tonight, so this is we're in it for the long haul, man. This is gonna be, especially if the games are gonna start off like this. Oh wait, I think we might have loaded in.
We have loaded in, but we're in that situation where games hasn't exactly loaded, but we get to experience the rift. So I think something that we should definitely look at is if the duck is in this game. The duck is not in this game. The duck is not in this game, guys.
All right, well, I hope Waterpuss is actually reconnected. Nope.
They will pause. But, you know, it was said during the pregame, it's not a UVA LCS match until there's a pause.
One day we'll overcome that stereotype. I
think one day universities will give decent internet.
Yeah, he must be a first year. So oh wait, no, he might. No, Waterpuss is probably a first year, so he must live on farms or on grounds. Yep.
I know that Georgia Tech, their internet's pretty insane.
Really? Like good?
It is insanely good.
Interesting.
I visited my friend there, and he's getting 500 up and down.
What the heck? Dude, that is so good.
Yeah, he's living the actually no, he's actually doing an internship at Tesla right now.
Holy crap, dude.
Yeah.
Sounds like the kind of guy to be like really good friends with. So you're just like in the future, hey man. So how about that job or that internship?
I mean, I've known him since middle school, so he's a pretty good friend.
So there you go. Anyway, I was trying to mess around with the overlay but for some reason, it's just not gonna do it. So
It's gonna
sorry
be
about that.
Bubblegum Zach. Bubblegum Zach.
Yeah, this sweet Zack skin.
Nah, it's Bubblegum Zach.
Oh, dude, promo sweet. Anyway, lots of pings right now.
Yeah,
What
I think they're
the hell
they're
is
trying
this?
they're trying to send us a message through Morse code. Help! Stuck in game. Seamus is awesome.
Oh boy. Yes, please. I like that last one. Anyway, one thing to note is that Matt31196, I think I'm just going to call him Matt from now on, has not bought a trinket. Desi Fresh, that's a worrying trend.
So
That's a very worrying trend.
okay, Jat. I think he's gonna realize it soon enough as he goes to ward something. That actually does leave him pretty vulnerable if we
It
do
really
see,
does.
Yeah, if we see Roarcrawl attempt an early invade after taking first buff, that could just be Matt going down.
Yeah. Alright. Today I learned that Riot also changed their spectator cam shortcuts after they redid the overlay.
Did they?
All these things. Perhaps I should have done a little bit earlier, but hopefully that won't be too much of an issue. Are we going to see this double jungle, though, and a Gromp start for the bot lane from Wright's Fists? Maybe. Waterpuss and Jakus might actually decide just to leash Roarcrawl's Gromp instead.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a top lane camp start for both top laners, so that's fairly standard.
Yeah, and I'm actually surprised to see Matt's actually starting straight from red buff. It's interesting to me. Usually we see junglers start on one of the side camps, either the Gromp or the Krugs, but going directly from buff, do you think we're going to be seeing anything strange coming out from him?
Well, Zach, both of these junglers technically do have a form of movement and crowd control at low levels.
Yeah, that's a pretty nice grab coming out from Deep Go Deep.
Oh, wrecking. Taking a little bit of wrecking.
Oh, man.
Dude.
Chat
Welcome.
and
I've
Chat
got it
and Freak.
on
I
lock.
can't handle this.
I got it on lock. Oh, man.
Yeah, but right now, the bottom laner is just trying to hit level 2.
Yeah, what's funny was I was actually talking to Deep Go Deep a couple of minutes before this game started, and Deep Go Deep said that, dude, Blitzcrank is broken because the hitbox on his Q is like bugged.
Oh, it's been broken.
Yeah, you're not allowed to play it in the LCS.
Oh, yeah.
And
There's actually a couple skins you're not allowed to play in LCS for right now. I think Black Frost and Nivea might be one of them, unless they fixed the thing that was wrong with her.
Anti-Gragas as well.
Oh, really? What's wrong with touching Gragas?
It's the Q is really, really small, and I think Underworld Twisted Fate as well. But yeah, it's funny because he was planning on using the skins to bully his opponents anyway. Matthias.
Yeah, Muzzy Chatter
There's an
going in
Amumu
pretty
coming.
deep. Yeah, that might be a kill going over, but here comes Roarcrawl as well. Flash coming out from that Jackson. Nice double knockup. They're going to turn this around. Matthias, can he get away? The red buff is on him. He is slowed. This might force the flash. Yes, it does, but Roarcrawl flashes straight after. First blood.
Well done. So that's a kill. Very nice counter gank. Muzzy Chowder was winning the Renekton versus Jax lane. Wow. And Matthias taking a lot of damage from the minions, ended up dying. Oh,
yeah,
man.
Interest looking for a kill, and looks as though he will be able to get it.
Wow.
I did not expect that.
4 minutes
I did not
in.
expect that.
Generally, you don't see Twisted Fates running Ignite, so maybe that's what Wrecking was thinking about. But that's two solo laners doing incredibly well on the team that's supposed to hyperscale. This is really, really bad for TV4 Pops. This is...
Whoa. Jackass got to be careful. That's the heal coming out from him, but they're both exhausted. Deep Go Deep gonna have to take that kill to secure it. Yeah, just gonna use that heal to stay alive. And I was actually talking to myself, preparing myself for these matches. For some reason, I actually thought that turning down for pots was bare naked laners. I don't know why. It was just some reason. I just thought that was the matchup that was gonna happen. Bare naked laners versus Wright Fists. And I know that we said bare naked laners was I think they were actually the winners of last year's LCS, correct?
Yes.
So I was talking to myself, and I was saying maybe Wright Fist is absolutely going to steamroll, and the underdogs are just going to be the powerhouses this entire tournament.
Regardless, Wright's Fist definitely seemed to be making a statement so far. I will say that Creamy Worm...
Muzzy Chatter.
Oh, that's a lot of damage now. Now we see the Renekton bullying.
Yeah. I think a large part of Matthias getting so low is because he was just dueling underneath those minions, and he just never got an opportunity to heal back up. Interest, gotta be careful. Gonna stun up Wreck Ying.
So, both of these solo lanes down kills, but still managing to bully their lanes, and the bot lane going in favor of turn down for pots. They're a little bit behind in gold, but they still can definitely take it to Wright's Fists right now.
Definitely, and we do see Matt coming in for the gank. It is warded by Interest, so he's going to back off and be completely safe for the time being. Meanwhile, we look to the ward game right now, and Top River is completely lit up. There's no way of Warcrawl getting anywhere near that lane unless he decides to go through an extremely unconventional route.
Yeah, after that counter gank, they did not want that happening again. But Muzzy Chowder is still doing fairly well. Matthias actually didn't buy anything when he died, so he was sitting on that Doran to double Doran to Longsword, which is why we saw Muzzy Chowder out dueling him. Deep go deep, he's looking for it.
Oh, he almost got it, but the sidestep keeps Waterpuss alive.
Now we're getting to level 6, so these all-important ultimates, especially Twisted Fate's ultimate, is going to be very, very important. We might see a 2v2 in this mid lane.
Yeah, but here comes the ganks from both of those mid laners in, both of those junglers in the mid lane.
They're just going to show up, say, what's up, guys? How's it going?
Yeah, but they're just going to back off. It doesn't look as though they're looking for anything too exciting just yet, especially since they're not level 6.
Yeah, that... sometimes you just want to show up and give a little bit of pressure to your mid laner, especially when he's low. Interest was a little bit low, so Warcrawl showing up just lets him pick up a couple of more minions. Curious how much gold he's sitting on right now. Yeah, he has a little bit of gold, the TF in his pocket, because he hasn't fought in a while and has a nice minion advantage.
Oh,
and
really aggressive move coming out from Wreck Ying. Might get his kill. Yeah, he does.
What? This happens. Alright. And now the gold is in favor of Brand.
Once the brand passive was on that Twisted Fate, and the fact that Interest couldn't really walk anywhere, it was essentially going to be the kill going over to Wreck Ying. Especially since stun card never came up.
But I'm not sure if Interest Ignite just came up or if he had it before, because if he hit the minion and ignited, I think he could have maybe picked up a kill, but it's unfortunate regardless. 2 kills to 2 now, and the gold is about 300, 400 gold, so pretty dang close.
Yeah, so far, turn down for pots. Really trying to keep this Amumu active.
Oh,
and
boy.
Kickdash is going to be locked up by that Blitzcrank. He's taking a lot of damage. Exhaust down onto Creamy Worm. Doesn't look as though JCast is going to be in a bad position. Here comes the gank for the junglers. And that's a lot of damage. Monsoon knocking everyone away, but that's going to be the rest of Wright Fish backing off. 3 of them are going down.
Teleport.
Meanwhile, Waterpuss coming out, and here comes Muzzy Chowder as well, joining the fight, and the teleport from the Renekton as well. First kill going over to this Zach.
Oh my goodness, what a fight. Did you see that flash from the Amumu onto the trap? Really, really unfortunate there. Looks like Matthias is in trouble now.
Yeah, he's just going to have to flash it away, and he might be safe underneath that tower. But man, what a fight. It was so hectic, and the kill, once the first kill went down, the 2 quickly follow. It was really difficult to keep up.
What was crazy about that fight was that it seemed like in a 3v4 situation, turn down for Pox was actually turning it around. Matt had a fantastic 4-man ultimate, but once the teleport came in and the teleport from Matthias was a little bit too late, that fight ended up being a 4-for-3, and Wright's Fist could barely take it. Not to mention the fact that Twisted Fate ultimate as well, so I guess that was like a 4-for-4. That was just... You know how a lot of people complain how the meta currently is very global-based and teleport-based? That was a perfect example of how it is.
Yeah. You start out with a small skirmish in the bottom lane, and then suddenly you have a full 5v5 brawl in the bottom lane.
You hook the freaking Janet, and you're like, alright, we pick up a kill or whatever, this is what's happening now. And then it's a freaking 4v5, and you cry, and you die.
Might as well have a Baron fight right after.
Might as well. Good thing is Baron isn't up yet. Oh man, another duel in the mid lane.
Greg Yin, gotta be careful. The Ignite not up for interest. He used it in that bottom lane, so he's not gonna be able to get a kill onto that Brand. But that mid lane is so unstable. We don't know who's actually going to be coming out ahead.
Yeah, the mid lane fights have been really, really close. That Sheen did a ton of work for interest. If he had the Ignite, he could have gotten it, but he got the flash regardless, but he's in trouble now.
Yeah, interest gotta be careful. We do see Water Post body blocking, but that's a nice sidestep coming out from interest. The Moo there.
Trouble, Amumu's here.
Lock him up, and he is going to be going down so close to dying. But Rorqual actually keeping his teammate alive. He may be the sacrificial lamb right here unless he can get away. He's stunned down by that Brand, and yes, he will die. No! That was a nice flash over the Krug's wall, but Curse of the Sad Mummy coming out from Matt.
That's in trouble now. He has no flash, no ult, he's very low.
Yeah, oh, a nice ultimate coming out from Waterfall. Keeps Rorqual alive, but Greg King finally taking the kill. But look at this. Turns out for Pops, they're so low. If someone came in and finished them off, possibly a teleport from interest, but he doesn't have it available. But he does the mana available.
I'd like to know what decisions led the entire team of 5 to even be in this top lane, but they managed to pick up 1 kill as well as the Zac passive. So I guess it was worth no.
They're extremely bloodthirsty.
In reality, that really wasn't that worth. Jackass, he didn't do that much damage to the turret, but he managed to pick up farm, and that's still a 2,000 gold lead for Wright's Fists.
Yeah, and Jcast, meanwhile, in the bottom lane, he's just pushing this tower down and farming up. Has the BF sword in his inventory, and he's going to be picking up a CS lead soon enough. I think Turned Out for Pops is trying to make a name for themselves as the most bloodthirsty team in the LCS. Interest, lockdown. I don't think the Pyroclasm was actually necessary.
I agree with you, but sometimes when you're in this sort of a situation, you just want to make sure.
Do it for the Vine?
You just want to make sure, man. You want to know that that guy's dead. You want to get your killing spree. Morella Nomicon already completed. I don't think that Interest expected that. Muzzy Chowder going for the dive.
Yeah, taking a couple of tower hits, and he is now down to that Renekton's health level, so he's got to be careful. Deep go deep. Definitely going in deep, not hitting the grab, though.
Right, he's going to clear that ward, so that's good to see both these teams trying to value as much vision control as they can. We see vision wards in both sides, really. And the nice thing for Wright's Fist is they have the Dragon Control and Dragon Vision.
Yeah, we do see Rorqual looking for a gank into that bottom lane, but it doesn't seem as though, it seems as though Turned Around for Pots, they're expecting something like this, so they're not extending too far out. Here comes Rorqual, though. A nice arcane shift, keeps him alive. Deep Go Deep, though, is the target. He has the exhaust down on him. He's just going to be knocked up. Deep Go Deep, staying alive with the heal. Creamy Worm, no, not taking it up for his support, but that Blitzcrank stays alive.
That was so scumbaggy, but he, I don't know, maybe he knew.
I think Creamy Worm tried to do it, but I did see Deep Go Deep actually walk a little bit forward, so that may have been it.
Yeah, these teams, obviously, they've played a couple of games with each other, I'm sure, but still fairly new in general, so the synergy might not be there just yet.
I was waiting for Cream Worm to actually flash in front
or use
of the Blitzcrank.
Use like Arcane Shift to go behind him, and then you have like the reverse Whitney Houston montage.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be Celine Dion.
Okay, well that would have worked too. But not taking.
Oh man, Interest flashing into Red King is going down, but a quick turnaround. Matt's able to get the kill. Rorqual's joining the fight as well. Here comes Waterfall, turning this into a 2. They're so close to the tower. Monsoon actually keeps the Renekton alive. Not entirely sure what just happened.
Dude, these teams are so ham. Oh, I love this. If this is how every game is going to be, this is going to be one great season. But no kill. Actually, Wrecking died there, but Matthias probably was saved by Waterpuss's Monsoon, yep. Like you said, a bit of a misplay. He went for the flashy play, you know, try to get the flash R, knock him back. Unfortunately, he knocked the Moo back. That was the wrong target.
It would have been guaranteed without the Monsoon, I feel.
Yeah, I think so. But either way, a couple of critical item spikes, Lichbane as well as Ionian Boots of Lucidity completed for Interest. And
Ball. Spotting out deep, Joe deep. Here comes the gate from Twisted Fate. They're going to catch out Creamy Worm, and he's out of mana. This might just be the kill. Flash coming out from him. Right there, Interest going in for the dive. One quick auto attack, gets the kill. He has that Lich Bane.
That's that Lich Bane. Yeah, he did have the mana for an Arcane Shift, but it wasn't enough. He wasn't able to get out. He wasted his flash too, and this dragon is up.
Yeah.
The good thing is Wrecking's been doing quite a bit of damage to Rorqual in the mid lane, so I don't know if they're going to go for a dragon, but both teams could probably try to play a little bit more cohesively. Yeah,
Rorqual actually going in. This actually might be him going down. Not too sure. He went a little bit too early for his team, and this is going to be the turnaround. Interest still alive. Pyroclasm going to be bouncing between the two. Double kill for Wrecking. What a turnaround.
There's no respect for the items that Wrecking was on. He had the Morellonomicon and a needlessly large rod. And Interest figured he could probably just pick up that kill by walking into the lane and hitting him a couple of times. So that's mid laner.
I think there was just a lack of respect for the champion itself. You don't really play against the brand too much in this entire season, really.
Yeah.
And so being up against their brand, you kind of forget the things that you have to do to prevent getting absolutely annihilated.
Yeah, and but that's not the first time we've seen him not respect brand. You're absolutely right. After he picked up a kill, he died in a 1v1 situation, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
But Brand has a lot of damage, especially in like team scenarios when his ultimate can bounce into multiple people. But that's going to be a turret now taking a 4 turn down for pots, and they are trying to keep this gold, put it in their favor, but they're still down about 2,000.
Yeah, it looks as though they're they are grouping around the dragon. You do see Wrecking in that bottom lane pushing it out, so we might see something happening shortly enough. Man. Teleport, though, for Mathias is down, so he's going to have to make a decision. Stay in that top lane and force Muzzy Chatter to stay there as well, or join the rest of his team. Mathias so low, forced to pop his ultimate, and now he's forced to go back.
I think Muzzy Chatter could have potentially gone for the kill with a dive there, but this means that the rest of the team needs to make a proactive play. Otherwise, like you mentioned, that teleport is going to come in, and they're going to pick up a dragon or a turret for free.
Yeah, right now, Muzzy Chatter still in that lane. He's able to just push this out, and he could possibly take the tower as well. So this will be a huge swing in Right Fist's favor. They take the tower and then just slowly apply pressure to the dragon and take that as well. They do have the first dragon for themselves, so getting that second dragon, while not a huge advantage, is going to help them secure that third dragon.
And you know, Desi Fresh, this is something that we were talking about in the pregame show and even in our pregame analysis, is how good are these brand new teams? These teams are all first years, of all entirely new players to the LCS.
Yeah.
Right,
and
they are making a statement for being pretty good.
We were talking about this as well. Out of all of the teams, the scariest has to be the newest teams, because you have no idea what you can expect out of them. Mathias going in for the duel, but just getting horribly out-traded. Mathias might just go down. Muzzy Chatter not wanting to dive again. Interest, though, not respecting the brand, and he is going to burn.
Burn, baby, burn. That is the umpteenth time we have seen Interest not respect the brand. 5-5-2. He's gotten a lot of kills, to be fair, but he's died so often that he's quite a bit behind in terms of farm as well. And this is now the dragon over to Wright's Fist, to turn down for pots.
Yeah.
What's interesting about their team is, yes, they get super duper outscaled, but a brand is a team fight monster, especially when it's this big.
True. Exactly. And when you combo it up with the Ezreal and the Amumu, people are going to be taking a lot of damage coming out in the beginning of those fights. So while we do have Right Fist on one hand just completely outscaling, the initial burst that's going to be coming out from turn down for pots may just end up overwhelming them.
Yeah, so if you're turned down for pots in this situation, you're definitely going to try and force a team fight. It looks like they know that's what's up. They're all going to group. Their siege isn't the best, but it's actually not that terrible, with a lot of skill shots that can either poke or just screw over an enemy, you know, if they hook one of those carries potentially. On the other hand, though, if they hook someone like the Zac or the Jax, that could screw them over as well.
Yeah, they're going to have to be careful, and Deep's really going to have to be on point with those rocket grabs. We do see Baron coming up fairly soon, but instead of the Baron, we have a fight going down. Muzzy Chatter.
That wasn't much of a fight. That was
a slaughter.
Yeah, that.
But no, I can't say that because they don't have I think it's Darius that says that.
Oh, it's
This
true.
will be a This will be a slaughter.
I'm surprised we haven't seen Darius. He wasn't even banned, was he?
Yeah, I'm surprised that none of the Juggernauts are banned.
Yeah, well,
All of the Juggernauts were open, and they were not banned at all.
there were a couple of slight nerfs to them in 5.18, and I know that a lot of players don't prefer playing them.
Where's the Fiora ban? Come on.
There was or there wasn't a Fiora ban?
There was no Fiora ban.
Oh, well, she was nerfed a little bit, so maybe. And maybe
She's
they
still
also
pretty
scouted
disgusting.
them. You know, if the players don't know how to play them, it's definitely not the right decision to play just because it's very strong in this meta.
Yeah, that is true. Well, we do see Right Fist just clearing out vision from Turn Down for Pots. So they're going to be blind for a short bit of time, but they will be able to ward everything back up while also removing vision. The wonders of League of Legends.
Yeah, check out Creamy Worm's item build.
Creamy Worm.
Look at that item.
Blue build!
Yeah,
Here we
he's going
go!
for blue build Ezreal. And actually, that's not a terrible decision because Jax is a champion that's going to try and chase you to infinity. And the fact that he can just kite them out is going to be fairly effective. Twisted Fate, another champion that is pretty good at, you know, chasing you down, especially with his ultimate. So,
I feel as though he made that decision the moment the Jax was locked in.
really, yeah, I could totally see that. The issue is that the Caitlyn he's up against is going to be doing more damage, and since they're not a team that scales well anyway, that's even more of a problem here. Matt might look for an ultimate.
Yeah, and it goes back to what I was saying before. They might heavily rely on getting a really nice Curse of the Sad Mummy off and then comboing it up with the Pyroclasm. That might just be their entire game plan. And if Muzzy Chatter ends up surviving and goes for the Ezreal, then Creamy Worm will have the backup in both in the form of the Blitzcrank and the Iceborne Golem that he just picked up.
Yeah, so we'll see. We have another slight pause here. Really good pickup from Muzzy Chatter. He does have the Mercury Treads. I don't know if he built that after. I'm assuming he did after seeing the Iceborne Gauntlet and how much crowd control this enemy team has. So he's going to be slowed, but the Tenacity is going to try and keep it as ineffective as possible. Let's see how he does. He's been sort of a secret star. He hasn't been involved in that many kills, but 1-0-3 so far. 159 CS, almost the highest total in the game. And actually, for the level of players, you know, the UVA LCS has like bronze to diamonds. We've seen some pretty high CS numbers across the board.
Yeah, definitely. It seems as though those higher ranked players have been coaching their lower ranked players as lower ranked teammates, so they get a little bit of an edge coming into these matches. So far, Rylai's coming out from wrecking. I'm actually a little bit surprised about. Yeah. I expected a decent large rod item. Second item.
Rylai's.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I forgot about that.
Welcome to like 5 patches ago.
Yeah, well, I don't play mid much. I don't play mid much.
Got you. Yeah, it's a great item for Brand, and it also just complements the fact that they want to kite and fight as well. Their team fight is really, really good. So long as none of them get like immediately caught out by a Twisted Fate or a Zac, it's just going to be very hard to get on some carries, and they're also going to be doing a huge amount of damage at the same time. So even though Wright's Fists do have the slight gold advantage and they still will outscale, at the moment these team fights could be very, very close.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we do see the Locket of Arn Solari getting built up by Deep Go Deep. No hint of that being picked up just yet on the side of Right Fist. If they don't pick it up pretty soon, wrecking is going to be pretty insane.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, that Bracer is probably going to build into that. Decided to go for the Talisman first. Not a bad decision, especially because Right's Glory from Matt they're gonna try and chase you down. But these team fights could really, oh man.
Yeah, Creamy Worm though, that's a lot of damage. He's gonna have to be careful. Forces the heal and the flash out of Creamy Worm.
Oh snap.
Gate! You can't run from him, just accept it. Interest gets the kill.
I almost thought if he survived that blue card, he could have maybe kited him out, but that's another death on the Creamy Worm. Nice 1v1 from Interest. He's got a lot of armor built up, Creamy Worm does, but he definitely doesn't have any MR. He's going to have to stay with his team if he wants that from the Aegis. But this is still looking pretty good. I'm sure that Wright's Fists are absolutely content just farming up at this point.
Yeah, definitely. Right now, Dragon's going to be up in 30 seconds, so if anyone gets caught out, then that team is definitely going to be punished. That's going to the flash coming out from both of the supports. Deep go deep, looking for a kill right there.
That was really aggressive, and I'm actually not sure if that hook would have hit. That being said,
it's iffy. It's iffy. It looks as though it's going to be on the edge right there.
Oh boy. Pixels off both of these skill shots.
Turn down for Pots, really going aggressive when they want to. And we do see Muzzy Chatter maybe getting another kill onto Mathias. Looks as though that Renekton will be able to escape after forcing the flash.
So we see turn down for Posh. They're actually being aggressive when the dragon respawns. That's the second time we've sort of seen them turn it up every 6 minutes. And that's really smart play, but Wright takes a lot of damage.
Yeah, he's just going to flash away. Here comes the teleport from that Jackson's top lane. He's going to be the backside interest flashes for the kill. This is going to be Wright Fizz taking advantage of this. Curse's side will be coming out as well, but they don't have a brand to follow up. Meanwhile, Muzzy Chatter going in for the dive, has the exhaust down onto him. Mathias going so ham so far. Interest getting locked down by that rocker guy, but Creamy Worm looks as though he's just going to be forced away with the ace in the hole, and this will be Wright Fizz taking the kill.
Taking the game. Not quite yet, Desi Fresh, but man.
I'm just so excited.
Turn down for Pots. They definitely have win conditions, but those win conditions are that Brand survives and doesn't die.
Oh, Roar Qual! So close.
Oh my god, he might get the kill.
The nerf to the tornado.
Got it. Creepy one, go in. He could have got a triple kill. Maybe. That would have been super risky.
It would have been risky.
I would have done it.
Oh man, the tornado nerfs. The tornado nerfs right there.
Yeah, but in that fight, Brand died instantly, and once again, a late teleport from Matthias. It was actually really interesting because I saw in the corner of the minimap that he tried to stop the teleport, but wasn't able to in time, and then Muzzy Chatter just had a stronger effect. So now a 5,000 gold lead over to Wright's Fists.
You really have to make a really quick decision, and it just didn't work out for Mathias right there.
Yeah.
I think that's just more of an experience thing where, okay, he's that far away. I know I'm not going to get there in time. Let me just get into the fight immediately.
Yep, he'd go deep. He's going to miss this hook. I don't know if that means they can keep chasing. They're going to be able to clear the ward, and Matthias, he's going to have to come to this dragon since he does not have his teleport available.
Yeah, so far, we do see Wright Fist taking control of the general area. We do see turn down for Pots, not completely as one. Muzzy Chatter going to the top lane instead of helping his team out. That's a really interesting call, especially since now his team's going to be in a 4v5 situation.
Yeah, they know the teleport's down too. This is risky. If one hook lands or one bandage toss.
Yeah, Rourke's just going to be getting into that mid lane.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that tower actually getting pretty low thanks to Creamy Worm.
Yep, Creamy Worm. The blue build isn't great at taking turrets, but Ezreal can, of course, steroid buff himself with that bit of a boost in the attack speed, and now they have additional advantage on the dragon. I'm pretty sure they're going to go for it, but it looks like Wright's Fist is just content letting this Jax get even more farm.
Yeah, definitely. They know that Jax is just going to be absolutely insane later on into this game, so if they can provide pressure for him, he can just continue farming up, and it's going to be really difficult to stop him. They're going to have to expend a lot of CC for Muzzy Chatter, and a lot of the CC that Turn Down for Pots has, it's not exactly guaranteed.
Yeah, Muzzy Chatter is just an absolute god. Oh, but he's in trouble.
Yeah, he's just going to be quickly taken down. Interest.
Feels bad, man. Mercury Threads won't save you, Matthias. This Jax is huge. And the push and page. 11,000 gold on both these solo laners. This is not looking good for Turn Down for Pots.
Yeah, Muzzy Chatter so resistant. That's going to be wrecking going down. He does manage to throw down the Pyroclasm, and that will get one kill for himself. Interest not with his team, so he's going to be punished right there.
Creamy Worm, he's on a rampage. That Curse of the Sad Mummy, a little bit unnecessary there. Every time we see Turn Downs for Pods lose a fight, they pick up a few stray kills, but the thing is, at this point, the objectives are totally in favor of Wright's Fist. 5 turrets to 2, 1 dragon to 2, but honestly, or excuse me, 5 turrets to 3, 1 dragon to 2, but the dragons don't matter that much since they both have a dragon, and no one's really close to 5 dragons.
Yeah, second dragon doesn't matter too much either. It's really going to be all about this third dragon. for turn down for pots. They're really going to need this movement speed to actually stay relevant in this matchup, especially since White Fist does have Gen.
Yeah, we saw the damage. Wrecking, even when he went down, he did so much damage. He managed to pick up a kill from the grave. So if he can just position well, oh, Creamy Worm. All right, he's on Ezreal. Ezreal has a flash and his own flash. Wrecking needs to stay alive if they want to win these fights.
Yeah, that is completely true. And you know, in these fights, I've actually noticed JCast. I've never said his name once, and that's because he's essentially been untouched in these fights.
Oh boy, that's not how you want to hook.
Yeah, Rourke is just going to punish them a little bit. Not too much. Water Plus, gotta be careful. That's the ultimate, but it's not going to do too much.
Oh, well, that's the Janna ultimate down. If they can maybe pick up a kill here, they can maybe push around Baron. But I'm not too sure. Turn down for pots simply want to let the deck continue slip-flipping.
Yeah, meanwhile, Right Fist, that bottom lane is pushing pretty hard, and I think turn down for pots, they're trying to force the Jax into coming into that mid lane, but as it is, he's pushed down all the way into the inhibitor tower. They gotta watch him, otherwise they're focused on a fight. Meanwhile, he's taking out your inhibitor.
Yeah, it's not a great situation. The Jax, they have no answer to the split push. But they can't just, you know, let him continue to split push. They're already past the flame horizon. They're actually going to start a Baron. There's very little vision control from turn down for pots, so this might just be for free.
Oh,
and,
man.
Whoa, Creamy Worm.
Creamy Worm, this is going to be him getting dueled out by Interest, but this could be the kill going over. Interest! Whoa, the turnaround and the kill. Baron Nashor falling to Right Fist, and this is going to be them going on to Wreck Ying. He's exhausted. He's going to be taken down by Muzzy Chatter, and this is going to be the entirety of Right Fist minus Interest pushing down that top lane. Matthews not going to be locked down there, but they're going to be able to push it in Water Plus. That is actually who you wanted to hook, but they don't have any follow-up.
Yeah, that 1v1 Creamy Worm missed a Mystic shot, and he also, I'm not sure if he could have flashed anything as a wild card, but still, really unfortunate for turn down for pots. And a lot of these fights, it seemed close. You know, Wrecking got a lot of damage off when the enemy team faced him, but his tanks were nowhere to be found, and he got caught out again. It's sort of a situation where, you know, if it sounds like I'm dissing Wrecking, it's not just his fault. The tanks and the carries need to roam together, and the reason why Wrecking has died so many times is because the tanks really haven't been a great front line, and they just really haven't been on the same page. Same thing with, you know, the Baron. The fact that the enemy team could start a Baron unit with such little vision control, this is nearly impossible to come back from. 32 minutes in, 10,000 goals against a triple hyperscaling composition. I would be shocked.
32 minutes in, and only a Hydra completed for Matthews. This is not looking good for him. He really needs to pick something up to actually be resistant in these fights. Otherwise, he's never really going to stick.
Well, the thing is, at this point, the Renekton is almost a non-factor. It's entirely a question of how much damage can the rest of the team do, and how long can they stay alive for. Muzzy Chatter level 18 now against, like, what, level 13 and level 12 from Deep Go Deep. That's a 6 level difference. He's almost at 300 minions after 33 minutes. That is ridiculous. That's near pro level. Yeah, that's like pretty sure around 9 per minute. So yeah, Banshee's Veil completed and Mercury Shreds. That means crowd control is going to be nearly ineffective against this guy, and the rest of the team can just siege mid with Baron.
They're really going to have to be careful. And the rest of them turn down for pots. They're preoccupied with that Jax in the bottom lane. This mid lane is really going to be feeling the pain. And we see Wreck Ying just forced away just by the mere presence of Right Fist. They take down that inhibitor tower, and they will be able to try and take down this inhibitor for the time being.
Go over.
Oh, Interest actually immediately caught out, followed up by the Curse of the Sad Mummy. Pyroclasm coming out as well. But meanwhile, Muzzy Chatter teleport from behind, but the rest of his team is so close to dying. They gotta be careful. Matthews gets the kill onto Water Bus. They're just going to, oh, let's do the Muzzy Chatter. Cancel the teleport into the mid lane. He's just gonna continue pushing, but the rest of his team, they're already dead.
Yeah, Muzzy Chowder cancel that teleport. That's the one thing, if you're gonna split, have a champion split push, especially if he has so much gold on your team, the rest of the team cannot get caught out like we just saw. Because this means, obviously, they fought in a 4v5 situation and the teleport just wasn't in time to make any impact. Muzzy Chowder is going for this dragon, considering how fast he does it. This is a pretty big oversight that turned out for Pots missing their dragon.
Yeah, looks as though we do see Red Fist. They will be able to secure that. Muzzy Chowder getting it for his team. Matthias, not entirely sure why he wants to continue dueling Muzzy Chowder.
I don't think he was trying to duel. I think he was just trying to get into vision of that dragon.
That is true, but he walked straight past and actually did trade a little bit.
Yeah, considering they already knew the dragon went down, I'm not entirely sure what Matthias was thinking there. But either way, it looks like Waterpuss probably has had a little bit of connection problems. So hopefully he gets back in as soon as possible. But anyway, 35 minutes in, we just saw actually a one team fight for turn down for Pots, bringing it from 10,000 to 9,000. They technically could still come back if they continue to push 4v5, 3v5 fights.
Yeah.
But considering how perfect those engages need to be, I question how many times it's going to actually happen.
Yeah, and I think a large part of that previous fight was the fact that Interest was just completely out of position. He was literally in the front line where TF should never be, and he got absolutely punished for that. If they could actually fix that problem coming into the next coming team fights, then I would have to go over to Right Fists.
Yeah. At this point, the thing they need the most to win this game is for their support to come back. I do want to point out, U-Master in chat saying for connection issues, he's doing pretty well. Yeah, I don't know if he's been lagging this entire time or if he's just had a couple of spikes. But 1-3-11 out of 18, 12 out of 18 kill participation, 9-8-6 out of 18. A lot of basically the support and mid on this team have done a lot of work, just kind of being good teammates and getting a lot of the action really. And if we go back into the early game, that was a lot of roams from Waterpuss actually that set up kills for Interest.
Yeah, definitely. So we do see the reconnect coming out from Waterpuss, so we should be getting into this game shortly enough.
Yeah, probably just a couple of more seconds. No, just kidding.
Looks as though Muzzy Chowder now has picked up those issues. Hopefully they're not in the same building.
Shout out to UVA.
I think the so I was watching the Vainglory League. I don't know if you've heard of that game, or
I've heard of it.
You've heard of it. So I was watching the Vainglory League qualifier tournament, and one of the casters, a good friend of mine, he said that one of the main players, he got sick and had to be rushed to the hospital. So their sub, the substitutes for the team, he was getting on a plane, and he was playing the match on mobile data while on a plane.
Yeah, isn't Vainglory the touchscreen?
It is the mobile for your phone.
Oh, couldn't the guy in the hospital just play? Come on, man. That's not real dedication. You're in a hospital bed. You don't need to move your body. Just move your freaking fingers, man. Where's your team spirit?
Oh, well then.
That's what I would have said. But Desi Fresh, did that team win?
I don't know. I did not watch that far in.
Reminds me of Pawn, was it? Who said that he was in the hospital and then came back and
yeah. His team was losing pretty badly, and he had some back pain.
Yeah, and he came back reverse sweep from a 5-game series, I think.
That's actually exactly what happened, and then he immediately went back to the hospital for surgery.
See, that's the kind of dedication.
That's dedication.
That is why League of Legends is League of Legends and Vainglory is Vainglory.
There was a statement from the coach, and the coach actually started crying when he heard that.
I'd cry too. I'd cry if I were Pawn.
That is dedication.
Yeah, that actually is pretty incredible. Anyway, back to this game. You know what's pretty incredible? This Jax minion lead. Holy moly.
You really love your Flame Horizon.
Dude.
You really love...
I really, he's almost Flame Horizon his entire team.
But you know what? You know what's going to be really exciting?
What?
Seeing the Flame Horizon Season 5 Worlds. by the man himself.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Don't think
I said exciting, not hopeful.
Okay. Well, exciting.
I didn't say it was realistic.
Oh, okay. Then. Fair enough.
I just said it was exciting.
Yep. It would be exciting, for example, if Turned Down for Pots came back here.
It'd be exciting if Pain Gaming actually won the game.
What is the relevance of Pain Gaming to this game, Desi Fresh?
Turned Down for Pots is secretly Pain Gaming.
Dang. For a team of all Brazilians. Well, this just confirms that Brazilian challenger is NA Silver.
Well, I mean, they're playing all the way from Brazil. No, they're playing all the way from Korea right now. I think. Can Pain Gaming afford that?
Goodbye, turret.
Yeah, Muzzy Chowder just absolutely ignoring Matthews.
Goodbye, Matthews.
And looks like Matthews is going to go down right here. No assistance from the rest of his team. Matthews going down. Muzzy Chowder might just be able to take the inhibitor as well. Deep go deep, taking up that tower. He might just go down. Interest picks up the kill with the ignite or crawl, staying alive.
So Muzzy Chatter is still chilling in that base.
I'm just completely ignored. Wrecking goes in for this kill onto Jenna, but it looks as though Water Post will be able to stay alive.
Oh, interesting. Muzzy Chatter decided not to go for the mid. Oh, nope.
Yeah.
They're stopping the ports.
What is happening in this game? Kramer trying to go back, but it's just going to be stopped by Interest, but he's going to pay for it with his life. Creamy Worm going to go down, not going to go down, flashes away, staying alive. There it is.
Guys, you still have a Jax in your base. Alright.
The time it took for the rest of Turn Down for Pots to join Matthews in the mid in that base was the time it took for Matthews to actually respawn. That's a serious problem.
Yeah. Well, you gotta admit that Wright's Fist did a good job of stopping the ports. However, I actually think Muzzy Chatter was a little bit... we didn't see it since we don't have multiple cameras, but I think he actually was going to recall and was a little bit indecisive because I'm sure he could have taken the middle inhibitor and potentially the turret as well, and that would have been the much better call, even if, like, it still would have been the better call to take the inhib in my opinion, but either way, they're still so far hard, it's not going to be a huge difference, I feel.
I think the team was split on the actual decision. I believe... This is just me thinking into their heads right now. I believe half of them may have just wanted the Jax to join the team again, and the other half wanted the Jax to just completely split push and decimate the base. Right now, Muzzy Chatter, he doesn't care. This is a 4v1, and he wants this kill. Creamy Worm so close to dying. Couple more auto attacks, and that's going to be in a 1v5 situation. Him taking the kill. 1v4 technically, because Matthews didn't get there in time.
Kids, if you're up against a level 18, almost fully farmed Jax, please don't use your E. Don't use your Arcane Shift into the enemy Jax, even if you're 1v5.
Yeah,
but that is definitely going on the highlight reel. Creamy Worm rip.
There's a highlight reel? Oh yeah, wait a minute. I'm one of the ones making it, I think.
We're making the, after that play, we're making the highlight reel. Interest.
Yeah. A lot of weird situations in this game so far.
Well, they get Baron for it, but...
That is true. Ultimate distraction.
Wait, they don't get Baron for it. Oh my god, they have no damage.
That is... I'm actually surprised.
Holy shock calling.
JCast actually probably could have taken that in time. It was down 25 health.
Maybe, I'm not sure. Either way, Wright's Fists, they're up so much gold. They should just definitively take an objective. I have no idea what they're doing. One thing I want to point out while we're in this pause, Hodendrad thinks Cleaver on Renekton would have been a better choice. I would agree. Renekton really loves his cooldown reduction. And that being said though, it would only help him. And he decided to go tanky instead, so I agree that Cleaver would have been better instead of Hydra, but it's not a bad decision now to build tanky. Either way, 40 minutes in now. The ironic thing is the team that's hyperscaling is deciding, or is doing the poor shot calling now, and if they keep making poor calls, in theory, the enemy team could come back and go in the gold lead.
Yeah, that is true. We're nearing the point in the game where gold lead is not going to matter as heavily as actual picks.
Right.
So, And when you look at turn down for pots, they'll have the Blitzcrank, they have the Brand as well. They have more than enough damage to kill someone near almost immediately.
All right, so that's another Baron start. There is no vision at all on this Baron. Muzzy Chowder isn't helping take it yet. Whoa, buddy.
Creamy Worm.
Creamy Worm, you are playing a dangerous game.
Yeah, he's looking to poke. The Janna did just force him away, and this will be the Baron being secured by Right Fist. And I think this is just their game to win at this point. It's just when they want to end it, they can end it.
Yeah, maybe none of them have any classes in the morning. And they're just like, all right, guys, we're just gonna play this game out.
Yeah, but the thing is, we have 2 more games to cast, so these guys better end it.
Yeah, and I got morning classes too, so I'm not trying to stay here all day. Oh, Creamy
Whoa,
Worm.
interest! This might be him going down as a result. He is going to go golden, but Creamy Worm, what? He's taken down by the dragon! Collusion!
You ever have one of those days where you're the AD carry, and every time you think you get out with 1 HP, you always die?
I thought the dragon was supposed to be neutral. Meanwhile,
Right.
Muzzy Chowder in the top lane takes the tower, and he will take the inhibitor as well.
Desi first, this entire game can be TLDR'd in team fights everywhere, and Muzzy Chowder doing this.
I think it can be TLDR'd in one word, and that is Jax. Wreck Ying taken down. No, still alive. That's the Monsoon. Seemingly keeping Wrecking alive, but instead he's just going to fall instead. Meanwhile, Matthias going in straight towards Jackus right there. Meanwhile, we do see the Howling Gale keeping Water Plus alive for a little bit longer, and he's still alive actually. Somehow, Matt will be going down finally. But this is just going to be the entirety of Turn Down for Pop being overwhelmed by these Baroned up minions, and this is finally going to be the game. Right Fist making a statement, making a name for themselves. Triple Kill is going to end this fight, and that's the next